Hi there, and welcome back to the continuation of this video tutorial. So in the previous video, now we studied how to import the geometry, create the groups, how to do the mesh, use different hypotheses, submeshes, and so on. So in this case, now we are adding we didn't add submeshes, but we went directly to the mesh, and here we add the local refinement. So when you add local refinement, you can access all the groups. So we have surfaces, edges, and volumes, and so on. Or you can do it with submeshes. It's up to you. So now let's just convert the mesh. We export also the mesh. So remember, you need to select the mesh here and then export, and you go and you can export it. You have different formats. We're using ideas UMB, and we want to export it and then convert it to polyhedral mesh. Okay, we saw now previous videos it generates some problems, and let me show you the solution. Usually the issues here in the edge here, so if you have a boundary layer that is too thin here, when it's doing that dual mesh, it will give some problems there. Okay, so if you go back the previous video, that is the issue. So here I already exported the mesh. So I'm going to use two meshes, mesh 1 and mesh 2. Okay, so corresponds to study 2, study 1. So in the video description, you have the link to download the HDF. Then you need to export the mesh. They are ready to use. So let's do it here. Okay, so I already have my clean case. I'm working on that. So let me see what I have. Nothing is empty. So let me go ideas to UMB and let me convert the first mesh. Okay, so this is the one that we have more layers. So the first layer is thinner. Okay, the distance from the wall to the other screen is smaller. So let's visualize. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so I go there. I open there, and let me add this clip here, and I want it normal to Y, put it there, and now also convert it here to crinkle slide, and show me surface edges, and there you go, pretty much have this. And look at here, now that we have 5 layers, but this is small. Okay, this distance here is small, and usually the problems you are going to get it there. We have the refinement, but in overall the tetra mesh is perfect. Okay, there are no issues. The issues we're going to have it with the poly mesh. So let me close. By the way, check mesh. Okay, would be perfect check. Your cell count, your breathing, everything. Very important. Look at that. It's a pure tetra mesh. No, so from a pure tetra mesh, you get the dual, the polyhedral dual, and you get your poly mesh. And it's a perfect mesh. A little bit high, orthogonality, but there are no issues there. So now you go polyDualMesh. This is OpenFOAM, okay? You put an angle there similar to the angle that we use with surface features and snappy. So 30 is a good value, will detect edges. Chart angles. And now let's do the conversion. So we have it there. So by the way, it takes some other additional commands for polyDualMesh. So you can feel free to play, but most of the time you need to use those options, concave, multi-cells, and so on. The interesting thing now is just, let's check the mesh quality. So remember, this is that we have a thinner first layer, and you have this error here, this faces that are oriented in the wrong way. So in the previous video, it was even worse because it was very thin. So you get an idea. To resolve this one, you will need to make or increase the thickness of the first layer or make much finer the surface refinement. Okay. So I'm not going to visualize this in paraview. We know where we're going to have the issues. I want to do now is the conversion mesh 2. This is the one that I increase the thickness of the first layer. Okay, I make it a little bit bigger, that thickness. So it will do a better conversion when you do create the polyDual. So let me go check mesh. And let's see, check mesh, and we should have a very good quality mesh. Actually, you already see that it's a smaller mesh. I have less cells, so perfect, nothing to complain about. A little bit high, a few cells, but not a big big of a deal. So now we do the polyDualMesh, put the angle 30 is okay most of the time, but I don't want to override that one, okay? So by default, it will override what you have in constant. Put that one because I want to compare both meshes. And let's do the conversion, okay? We have a mesh, so in 0 or in constant, we have the original mesh, the tetra, and here the poly, and centi, perfect. And let me go check mesh latest time. So remember, previously after the conversion, we were having some errors here. They disappeared. So here you can see the influence of those edges or the boundary layer thickness. So here, I hope you get an idea how to work your way around. If you get those problems, how to work your way around, but usually, or make the surface edge finer, the surface mesh finer, or increase the thickness of your first layer. Okay, at this point, we're ready. Let's visualize. So paraFOAM built-in, by the way, and using now the version that you compiled with OpenFOAM, I don't recommend it. It's an old one, 5.11, it's slow. So use version 10, okay? Version 10, 6.10 or 6.1 is much faster. Okay, so skid 0, I don't want that option. Okay, I want to plot 0 to visualize the mesh. I don't want to cache. Okay, and now there, so we have this. Let me go back here. Why I don't see? Okay, refresh. Okay, and again I have this small issue. Why I don't see? Okay, okay, there you go. I don't know why sometimes that happens. Okay, so you have the tetra, and this one should be the poly. Okay, so let me go here, put it here, put it here, put this one here, and crinkle size there, and that plane sometimes is annoying. So basically this is what we have. So initial mesh, okay, remember we make it finer here, but also we increase the thickness. And then when you do the polyDual, it will take all that information and you get the idea, what is happening here. Now it's creating that new mesh, and that's it. So this will be a visualization problem, but maybe it's related to those pyramids that it creates. But yeah, this is it. This is what is happening. And also look at that. When you do that conversion, it is also reducing the thickness of the first layer. So one of the reasons why the quality deteriorates. So have that in mind as well. But this is as you saw for the quality metrics, is a good mesh, fantastic mesh. And as I say, this is my religion. So later we're going to run. So we're going to compare this mesh with the poly mesh and also with the exa mesh generated with Snappy XMesh. So yeah, that's it. So hopefully we cover a complete workflow now of a different geometry now. So this is our geometry in Shaper, external aerodynamic. What as you can see, the steps are the same. Remember, groups are very important. And when it comes to mesh, okay, all the groups that you create, even vertices, volumes, edges, faces, you can access that in your mesh method or suit mesh and apply different hypotheses, different refinements, and so on. So that's all. Thank you for your attention and see you next time. Bye.